Good afternoon, everyone, and good evening and good day, depending on where you are in the world. I'm Bettina Carey, and I'm founder and CEO of WeEmpowerYourLife.com, the website, and We Empower You, the group and the community. And I am so excited to be welcoming back to our stage Miss Lee Romanov, who is going to be speaking to us tonight about a topic that is something that I don't think even the big companies know about. So let me welcome Lee Romanov. She is a motivational speaker who has an action plan on how to start and build your own online income, which is why we've been involved with her from the get-go of founding the We Empower You community and the WeEmpowerYourLife.com website. She is a self-made millionaire, and she is also been entertaining radio audiences for decades and speaks to sold out audiences that really love her, like we do. She shows how you can activate 10 revenue streams of online income and that you can make money by telling people where to go. By simply sending leads to businesses you recommend, you can make thousands of dollars. She knows what works and what doesn't work, and she's here to share a little bit with us today. Welcome to the stage, Lee. Tell us what you're going to share with us at this session.
Thank you, Bettina. I only come here for the intros that you give, by the way. You give the best intros ever. And what I'm going to tell people, and let me just share my screen as we start. It's always a crapshoot, isn't it? Let's see how, do you see where my mouse is going this way?
I can see something trying to come up on your screen. There you go. Wow, that's it. That's your topic.
You see, yeah, that's the topic. Do you see my mouse? Do you see the mouse on this?
Nope, I do see the slide.
Okay, let's, do you see her moving?
Yes, she's moving.
Okay, well, that's a good start. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to share 3 ways to get qualified visitor traffic, create an instant online income, and create a reoccurring annual income. So let's get at it. Okay, and you can see the next slide too, right?
Yes.
So it's all working just fine. Okay, the first way to get qualified visitor traffic is you need to, if you have a website, decide on a search term. And how you decide on a search term is what you believe most people would be searching for in Google or DuckDuckGo. What would they be searching for to get to your website? And how are you going to answer their search inquiry? And this is target marketing. So when I started the website in 1994, insurancehotline.com, it sent leads to businesses that paid. In fact, I started sending $5 leads, and now the website is charging up to $40 per lead, which tells you it's a testimony of how long a lead website platform can last. And from 94 to right now, and still making millions of dollars online. But when I started, I was trying to figure out what is the main search term. It could be lowest car insurance rates, cheapest insurance rates comparison, best insurance rates. You have so many search terms that apply to your website, but the key is to target marketing online is to pick one and go with it. It reminds me of when I was in kindergarten. My teacher asked us to write 6 A's in the alphabet, 6 A's in a row, pick the best. And this one kid raised her hand and said, I have 3 best. And I almost tore my hair out at that time. I said, she does not understand target marketing. This is her saying I had 3 best. And this is me saying she doesn't understand target marketing. You just need to pick one. So on a website, I selected lowest car insurance rates. When I created my new website, after I sold the insurance hotline website, I created incomeactivator.com. It's a website platform, and the search term I selected, best website builder. You need to select one. We empower you. Membership revenue is Bettina's search term. You have to focus on one. Here's an example with Lori. Glad you could make it this time, Lori. Okay, we selected what's the meaning of life? Really powerful search term. You get to a website, and it says your life has meaning. So you answer it as soon as, so you know the search term you're targeting, and you give the answer. Critical. So when you answer the search inquiry, because you know what they're searching for, you answer the search inquiry, you take the opportunity to capture their contact information. Really important to market back to. So lowest car insurance rates, enter in your information, and I will quote you the lowest car insurance rates. Website builder, get your website now. I give them information from the video. When they listen to this video and want to get the website, I capture their information. So again, people search for information, and you have to give them the information that they search for and capture. And again, Lori, she answers the search inquiry. What is the meaning of life? Your life has deep meaning. If they complete the name and address, Lori goes more into how the samurai techniques give life deep meaning. Now, we all know on websites that in sales, 1% may buy. I mean, that's, everybody tells you that over and over and over again, and you can pay $3,000 for a sales course, and this is what they'll say, 1% buy. What they don't tell you, if you do sales versus leads, 1% may buy, but if you send a lead to a business, 40% of your traffic will convert into lead revenue. So if you've got a $10 product, 1,000 people to your website, you may make $10, but if you're sending $10 leads, 1,000 people to your website, you may make $400. So that's the comparison that we're looking at on how powerful leads is. I don't say don't sell, but I do say incorporate, consider the lead revenue model. Now, how to create instant income? Well, it's really important because the money is in the recommendation. And if you tie a lead just by people completing a form that sends a lead to a company that'll pay you, that is really powerful because visitors have a hard time taking out $5 and buying something. But visitors will complete a form when it's free for them to do so, or it benefits and entertains them. They will do that all day long. So if you're telling people, here's, what are you searching for? You answer the search inquiry, and then you give them information, and then you make a recommendation, because people search online for information and they look for recommendations. That's how internet works. So when I did this, and I only talk from my experience, when I had the lowest car insurance rates, I sent $5 leads to insurance companies, and I would average $50,000 a month. And I'll tell you again how I created that kind of volume to my website. So what I also found out, though, that was interesting, is that the 1% may buy, but when you do a recommendation to a company, that increases the sale from 1% to 40%. And that's really powerful if you're trying to, if a business is saying, well, why should I pay you for a lead? The closing factor goes way up for recommendation. And I always give this example. I mean, for years, I've walked past this Chinese food restaurant to get to my sushi restaurant. My sushi restaurant, one time I was waiting in line, and this like weird little Danny DeVito guy said to me, have you ever tried the soup at the Chinese restaurant? And I said, no. So after I finished my soup and my sushi, I went over and bought some soup based on this creepy little guy's recommendation. It's really powerful. If they said free soup in the window, I still wouldn't have gone in. I only went in and bought based on a recommendation. And that's how the internet works. And that's why companies are always trying to get you to like them, because it increases the sale to 40%. The money is in the recommendation. Now, here's what I found out that was interesting. I did my promotion for lead revenue, and I would make, 50. My highest month was 113,000. And I was happy to do that. But what I recognized was that the insurance industry was closing like crazy based on the recommendation and making millions in renewal revenue. Now, for me to make my money, I would have to continually promote. Again, it can burn you down. And all they had to do was close business the first year. In fact, Hub Insurance went public because of the amount of leads they were receiving and the closes that they were getting and the money they were making. So this was an interesting tie that was a wow factor. So promoters, you have an unlimited amount of revenue you can create, but you have to keep promoting. But with renewal revenue, you have to close once. I thought, wow, wouldn't it be great to combine these two? So in my next business from Insurance Hotline, I corrected this error. And what I did was I created the incomeactivator.com website with the search term best website builder, with a video so that it answers the search inquiry, and I'm sending leads to myself and making renewal revenue, because once somebody has their own business website, that renews year after year because it's the part of their business. So I'm getting renewal income monthly and annually, for the last 10 years. That's why I'm able to do a lot of stuff I'm doing, because I don't have to promote anymore. I do, but I don't have to. And I get and I live on my renewal income. But you can kick it off with promotion and glide with renewal income. So when I sent leads to myself for renewal revenue, again, I knew 1% only buy. So I'm sending actually free leads to myself, but I'm offering people a website and TV show when they join and get the website, and they get the free TV show spotlight that runs on Roku and Amazon and Google Play, about an audience of about 50 million. And I also found out I can still sell, because when you do recommendations, even if it's to yourself, it gives you a position of authority, which when you're positioned as an authority, it naturally increases sales. So I'm still selling myself as a mentor, web design, media lists. It just increases your sales ability, which is pretty cool. And then again, you live on your renewal revenue. And for me, it's the website and TV show. Now, We Empower You membership collided with Income Activator one fine day. And Bettina thought, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So she sends herself leads, and she's getting renewal income. It's only her second year, but she's feeling the benefit of the renewal income. And the people that have a website, that have a TV show spotlight, that know that they can get sponsors, because her membership comes with a sponsorship package and list of 400 corporations that have sponsored businesses like ours, anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 annually is a huge benefit to her members. Her media list, which consists of over 800 radio talk shows, having audiences of between 50 to 100,000. And she holds these beautifully wonderful, intelligent marketing meetings every week. Plug, plug. Okay. So anyway, the secret to a recurring annual income, if you're sending yourself the leads for a renewal program, is that your program, you do no work. Like for instance, when someone gets my website, they get the website. I don't do any work for it. They get the TV show, they upload the TV show. I don't do any work for it. And that's the key. You've got to create a renewal package that people want and where you do no work. Now, you can create a reoccurring annual income. You just need to think of what people need. Like for instance, people need insurance, health insurance. Can you combine something you do with a health insurance policy? Because you know they'll renew their health insurance policy year in and year out. Roadside assistance. I mean, I have roadside assistance. I pay it religiously every year because just in case, could I have done a website on roadside assistance and just had an annual income that way, giving people good information on what they need to have in their car, and then saying you should get this roadside assistance. And maybe the package is $100, but maybe I add in my special sauce to make it $200, and then I would get $100 renewal. Or entertainment like Netflix. So tie your product or service or create it to some form of annual income. Now, to make it a little bit easier for you guys, so you don't have to think so hard, you could use our business renewal income service to do the same, because you know through your Zoom meetings that most of your clients are in business. And all these people in business need a website, need a TV show, need sponsors, need media, and need marketing. It would be really interesting to tie your product or service within that, even if it represents 10% of your audience, at least you're creating some aspect of renewal income. So let's go in a little bit deeper. And I used Lori, hi Lori, without her permission, but there's promotion here too, Lori. So if she tied her samurai life strategies into Bettina's We Empower You membership, she could send leads to herself and say, oh, by the way, if you get the membership, you get my samurai life strategies, and you'll also get a website, a TV show, sponsors, media lists, and be part of the marketing meetings. So that's how you would tie leads into recurring revenue for yourself. And you can use Bettina's We Empower You website platform. You don't have to, being a member is extremely beneficial, but you don't have to be a member to tie your special sauce into the membership. You can include it without actually having to pay for the membership cost. Now, the membership costs $15.99, and Bettina splits equally that amount with you. So if you get someone on, to buy your special sauce and then get a website, TV shows, sponsors, media, marketing, you'll receive $800 per person, and 100 people give you $800 annually, or $80,000 annually. Cut and splice that one, Bettina. So if all you do is target 100 people and you get that, that's 80 grand a year. The second way to get qualified visitor traffic is through the mainstream media. And mainstream media is extremely powerful. They've got paid advertisers with real audiences, a lot of audiences. I remember when I had actually gotten a podcast, I paid extra to get a podcast. Eventually, I would just say to people, you know what? If you can hear this podcast and hear me talking to you, I will email me and I'll send you $100. And after I did this 10 times on this podcast that I paid a bunch of money to own, because it was supposed to be between a lot of, really powerful podcasts, I never got one person emailing me to get $100. So just be aware of, how little maybe online marketing and promotion actually gives you compared to mainstream media. And the We Empower You website includes 800 radio stations with 50,000 to 100,000 listeners. Okay, now don't forget about your network, because your network of people, your like-minded people, are really powerful. You could create hundreds or thousands of people a day coming to your website for inspirational videos or to get a quick smile. And you could be making hundreds and thousands of dollars by just promoting other people's quick videos. Like, for instance, this video got millions of views.
This dog apparently got tired of waiting and decided to start honking the car horn. A couple in Ohio noticed the dog and took a hilarious video. The dog named Diamond was left alone for just a couple of minutes. Locals commented on Facebook that Diamond has been seen around town on other occasions honking the horn at its owner. A little impatient, wouldn't you say?
So you could do a platform on, some information on impatience, patience versus being impatient. Great video to upload. And you know what? People will click to watch a video way more than they'll schedule their time to come to a Zoom meeting. That's for darn sure. So if you just email funny, interesting, inspirational videos, people will look forward to your emails because they know they're going to get inspired or get a laugh out of it. Very powerful marketing tool.
Let's go.
Now you can get these videos. I mean, usually I just Google, trending video, new video. Amuleto gives you a number of videos, inspirational and funny videos. Here's one. And again, when you email people a video, you remain top of mind, and you get video and you get business from it.
Some brought several siblings. This officer decided to lay down with this young student who was having a bad day and trying to understand him. Sometimes, honestly, all it takes is communication.
These are great inspirational videos, and people then pass these videos to their friends, and they come to your website
and show love.
Now, and email marketing, when it's done correctly with inspirational or funny or of interest videos, and Pinterest just does it with images. And Pinterest, using email marketing, well, they through the lead revenue program that they do, give us your pictures, nice spa, pay me $10 per lead. They last year $1 billion from that marketing strategy. Give us your pictures, nice spa. You want me to send you a lead? Yes, that'll be $10. And email marketing. That's all they do. Very simple. You guys overthink a lot. Okay, so your network, you should include them in your directory, because you could send leads to them. Everybody in your network through Zoom meetings, they all want business. And if you include them in this strategy where, hey, I'm just going to send out really interesting, videos to give people a laugh or inspire them. Do you want to be on my directory where I can send you a lead? And of course they'll say yes. I mean, you are, and all you do is make sure that the people that you get on your directory have an email list, because that's key. So your third way of getting qualified traffic is if you can get 10 networking partners, each having an email list of 1,000 people, that's 10,000 people receiving a link to your website weekly. So when you get your email, your network partner, just make sure that they're up for sending the link to your website, to your directory, which they are featured in, once a week. You find the video, email them out the link, they send it out to their list. People see the fun video, they see them, they'll click on it, and there's money in their list. So what you do is you feature the page for your email partner to send them leads. And all you do is if you basically charge them $10 per lead, that earns you $100 for doing nothing. So $10 a lead is completely reasonable for you finding videos and then creating the page and emailing them out. Now, you will create the page for the your email marketing partner, and you could charge them, I don't know, $100 to create the page to send them for a lead. And you could, for the $100, you can say, hey, you know what? Your first 10 leads, they're free. So that way you got paid for creating the page, and you gave them the first 10 leads for free. So nobody is out of pocket. Now, why would they pay you $10 for leads? Well, if they pay Facebook $1,000 or Google for ads, they're guaranteed like nothing that would become a qualified lead. But if they pay you $10 a lead, they receive 100 people that read their information, completed the form, and they were sent the email. And as you know, 1% may buy, and you would increase their sales up to 40%. So when you create the person's lead revenue page, the visitor is directed to, oh, I'm wondering if you can hear my dog having a drink right now. Okay, the visitor is directed to the coach's website that's embedded in your website when they complete the form. When they complete the form, the visitor gets an email telling them, directing them to the coach's website. The coach gets an email saying, contact this person. You get an email saying you just made $10 from this lead revenue. All your leads are tracked and invoices are automatically created. Here's a quick look at the inside of your Income Activator website page editor. And you can identify all your lead revenue companies, and all the leads are tracked, and your invoice is automatically created. So I can't believe my dog is still drinking up the water. Okay, so if you charge 25 people $100 to create their feature page, that's $2,500 in your pocket. And if you gave them their first 10 leads for free, nobody's out of pocket there. If you charge 10 people $250 to create their feature page, that's still $2,500 in your pocket, and you can give the first 25 leads away for free. When you send leads to yourself from the same strategy of, interesting, funny, inspiring videos, you can make your renewal income when you attach it to the We Empower You membership platform or one you've created yourself. So as you get more networking partners, and I should tell you here that, and I'm just going to flip back here, anything with shocking video formatting on imagery, anything with babies, anything with animals, anything from the mainstream media news, all really powerful videos that people will click on to watch. So as you get more email networking partners, the more email reach you'll get, the more lead revenue you will make from your email marketing partners, and your renewal income will increase, and the less you will have to do. So it's a pretty cool program. So the 3 ways, just to summarize, to get qualified visitor traffic: decide on one main search term, your target marketing. It's 1. Promote to the mainstream media, really powerful. I would not waste my time promoting, online, because it's not powerful. Create a network of email marketers that are all behind saying, yeah, I want to be part of this weekly promotion of inspirational and funny videos. Very powerful. Create instant online income by sending leads to businesses that pay you, and you'll be sending leads to your email marketing partners or any other business. Create a reoccurring annual income by creating your own renewal program or use an existing renewal program like the We Empower You platform. So if you do these strategies, and I recommend that you go through this video again and put a check mark on everything that you're doing that aligns with what I've said. And if you do that, I guarantee that in a year or 2, you will never have to work again. So I am open to any questions. So if you want to unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Lee. That was fantastic. And as always, you remind me of why the 2 of us came together to grow the income of We Empower You for all those that are members and even affiliates. So thank you very much. I'd like to hear first from Debbie Waldek, because she's actually got some things to add to your wisdom. And Debbie, you're unmuted. I know you're not on the camera today, but go ahead.
Thank you, Lee. Of course, I have to start with a question, because that's what I like to do with you, Lee. But no, for Joe Blow business out there, right? And if they wanted to tie this membership or the renewals to the We Empower You, are they selling whatever program they're selling, whatever they're selling it for $15.99 and giving the membership program, which means they're actually earning $800. But the beautiful thing about that is they're earning $800 year after year after year as people renew.
Yeah, I love your questions.
So let's say I sold a blood sugar workshop, let's just say, and it was $15.99, but I knew that I'm actually making $800 because I bundled it with the We Empower You membership as well. And let's say that my clients are primarily coaches. So it would benefit them to have this program because they would have a website, they'd have the TV, they'd have, all the benefits of the membership. But again, that package, I'm actually making $800 because I need to pay the $15.99 to We Empower You. Am I saying that right?
Well, I think you broke one of the cardinal rules. For the annual income renewal product, what I would suggest is that you create something that has no work to it, because a blood sugar what you're doing analysis, as soon as you make a sale, you now have to work. As soon
Mhm.
as I make a sale, I go have a drink of red wine. As soon as you make a sale, you're all, you're all busy doing this blood sugar thing. So what I would do is I would keep the blood sugar thing separate and create, because most of your target market are business people. And, so maybe not all of them, but a percentage. And what are we looking at? 100. 100's not that hard if you do what you do. And when you get on the radio, Debbie, you're going to get thousands. So I would connect, quite honestly, if I were you, I would just say, hey, and if you're in business, join this membership because it's great. And now you're doing nothing but making the $800. However, if you wanted to include, well, you do include your seminars. So because that's part of the We Empower You membership. So you're giving more than you need already. Right. So I would just use that as your renewal, get on the radio and start cranking it out.
Okay, so when I'm on the radio and I'm speaking like Master Nigel says, my mouth is my moneymaker. I'm speaking about what it is that I'm passionate about. And again, I'm just going to use blood sugar for this conversation. So I'm sharing that on the radio. And when I direct them to my website, right now it's sign language of the body. So when they go to the website, they are getting a sign language chart. And maybe I'm speaking about that on the radio. So the referrals, this directory of 10 or 20 or 100 people that I get, the directory, these are people who are, I would imagine, health coaches in some way, shape, doctors, something along those lines that I'm referring these people to, right?
Yeah, that's your directory because, some people may need a hypnotherapist. You're not a hypnotherapist. Some people might want just to get involved in a nutritionist or exercise program. You can divide your directory out that way and make revenue, and they will be promoting your business through these, weekly videos that you send out, these cute, funny, inspirational videos. Okay, so that all works there. And you've got a choice for your website. You can either sell your blood work program, you could include it in your annual membership, or you could do two. You could get, hey, you want this membership with a blood program, or do you want this membership with all my tutorials in it?
Yeah. Well, the good news is I have been so brainwashed. I don't want to have any clients. So,
Yeah.
Yep, Bettina, you heard me, and you've known me a long time. I don't need to have any clients. I want to share a message, and this is what I really love about the Income Activator and the We Empower You is that I literally would just want to share what it is that's important, and then let other people. And in fact, Lee, as I mentioned to you a week or so ago, I am working with several physicians who want to use the methodology that I use in the blood sugar thing and let them take care of the people and just refer them to them. So that I don't want to take up this call on that conversation, which is rather than a $10 lead, I'm actually getting people to market my program. Like if Nigel was doing the FMP, somebody else was teaching it. He's just referring people to them. And so that's what we're doing here, Lee.
Yeah, you're going to explode across the world, Debbie. It's going to be huge for you.
Thank you.
As long as I can help, as long as you get focused on not doing.
Right.
Yes.
No, I know I'm a difficult, and I appreciate, although I have sensed you get a little frustrated. So I just kind of kept a distance for a little while, let it kind of like settle down. And I'm going to stop hogging the time here, but I did want to say hi to Josh. I see him over there on camera. I don't know where all of a sudden you've been popping up all over my Facebook news feed. So I'm really happy that you're enjoying that new coffee shop and everything else. I just want to tell you, I don't know what the hell's going on, but you've been all over my Facebook feed all of a sudden. So
that's great. And, Debbie, thank you for your questions and comments as well. And, Lee brought up what she calls the Cardinal Rule, which is we're helping folks to actually draw an income into their lives that does not require them to have work effort. This is a really big distinction, and it's really important for people to really grasp and understand. So everybody, seems to have this desire to work hard, the harder the better, and it's a societal thing. And we're doing the complete opposite. The intention that we have is to have folks generate income using this membership as a source, a revenue source, doing lead generation as a revenue source. There's a total of 10 revenue strategies that Lee has built into her software. And the main goal is to be generating income without the efforting that we've all grown up so used to doing. So this is a really big thing. So thank you so much, Lee. Are there others that want to pipe up today?
Yeah, I have a question. Hey, Lee. So I'm wondering with the cleaning field, which we are trying to advertise. My thought is, okay, if we're doing lead generation for even a janitorial company or maid services, how do we distinct if that company is actually going to be good to represent? So say it's in Montana or in another state. How do we take that time to really refer and say, yeah, this is a worthy company?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. When I started sending leads to insurance brokers, I got a referral for my first insurance broker through a friend. And then there were other brokers that I was referred to that I added in. And then whenever I would get an off, if somebody came back and said, this guy never calls me back, I would just take them off. I mean, you can do an initial search and look at the reviews online.
Okay, right.
And that's how you can do it. But if you get referrals, that's always the better way of doing it.
Okay, so already knowing that, hey, this is a good cleaning company and so forth, we kind of have that reputation built with them.
Yeah, and if you're going national on this, here's what I would do. I would just start by sending myself leads. Let's say if I want to go, to have a cleaning company in New York, I would put a lead form there for New York, and that lead form would come to me for New York for a cleaning company. And what I would do is I would find the cleaning company I want, and I might find that cleaning company I want by searching on Google, and Google Ads will tell me who they are, their name, and how much you're paying for leads if you go to the keyword planner.
Okay.
So I would go I wouldn't go hat in hand, I would go business in hand, and then go to that company that I know is paying Google $25 per lead and say, hey, I've got a qualified lead where it's not just a click, the name, email, person, what they're looking for. And this is going to cost you $25. Do you want to be part of this program? And they would say yes, and say, great, let me create your feature page. That's going to cost you $100 for me to create it. And the first, 5 leads are free. And here's
Right,
okay. That's how I would do it. Because when I launched nationally, I didn't try to find, all coverage. My traffic told me where the coverage was going to be that I needed. Mm-hmm. So I just followed my traffic. They told me, hey, I need to find a cleaning company in Florida. Thank you. Let's go at it.
Exactly, right. I know right now there's a huge demand for residential. And with there being kind of a little bit of a hiring crisis, I could say, because people are having a tough time with that. I'm hearing that from my competition left and right. They're not able to take on jobs because, and this is like Molly Maids. These are, big companies that aren't even able to fill these positions now. So I know that was kind of a concern too. It's great because it's in high demand, right? Everybody needs it. Everybody wants it right now. But yeah. And honestly, I mean, there's actually other platforms. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with Angie's List or Bark, but they're providing leads too. And I don't know if there's a way to even use those platforms to maybe resell those leads, or would that not even make sense?
Well, you see, with the Income Activator website platform, you get the software that Angie's List has that does that. So, you know,
Wow.
as far as I'm looking, if I do an Angie's List, I might just go there and see who's paying for, like, what advertiser is paying Angie for the lead, and do my research that way.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
basically, you're creating Anthony's list, right? And
yeah,
Bettina's
Anthony's
creating
list.
Bettina's list.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
Debbie's creating Debbie's list, and Josh's list. So in a sense, you know, we're using the platform to be our own referral source. And for example, since last year, you know, I haven't. I've just been listening to my audience and what they need, and you know, so Admanity needs people need Admanity, right? So that's Brian Gregory, Master Nigel Henry, others. So we've also stepped our game up, and we do affiliates. This is a different level than just lead generation. So Lee's software tracks all of that, and it's really great because you can have affiliates, you can have lead generation, you can have a store, you can have so much more. I mean, Lee, you could probably get a little deeper into those 10 items, but
Yeah.
even just with the year that I've been doing this, a little over a year, I've managed to have some of my old referral partners involved with me and some new ones as well.
You can have your cake and eat it too.
You can have your cake and eat it too. I love that.
So how about this though too? So say, you know, I'm trying to focus on the cleaning industry, right? Well, is there a way to pivot with inside that same company to say, hey, how about we do tech and medical as far as supplies or services in both industries? Would you want to recreate a whole nother company, or would you be able to do it with inside the same platform?
Okay, if you're doing cleaning, you focus on cleaning, but you can still put up a directory for tech and medical on your top bar for, you know, fun and giggles. It's not going to hurt you any. But if you want to go head on with tech or medical, then you really need to get that search term and focus on that industry. So you can go either way. You can just say, and by the way, or create a new website focusing on that.
Yeah, and
Right.
I don't have my item on a top bar. I actually have it down at the foot because I have a marketing agency, and so I can always do business in my marketing agency, which is like your tech. But then my business that I'm building with We Empower You is, you know, a whole separate thing, and that's what I lead with. So the website can have any number of pages, landing pages, and full out develop websites. But at the end of the day, it's just what's your focus. And,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. And you can also embed, you know, if you have other website platforms, those platforms within the Income Activator. One thing I should tell you guys is, you know, the censorship's coming on. It's big time. So if you got a WordPress website, I just had somebody that got attacked. They've got open source coding. It cost them like $1,000 to fix their website because WordPress, you know, you can get in there and put a virus in, take you down in a minute. So the Income Activator website platform knows this. We have closed source coding that blocks these attacks and viruses. And plus WordPress is now censoring. I got a company censored really badly. So their website is now pretty much useless in regard to the search term. So just note to self, you know, get on a platform where there's low risk to it. Okay.
Yeah, just on that note, I just my Instagram was just disabled for who knows why. And and so I've been posting on it daily for 10 years. It's 4,700 posts, and they can just take it away like that. So
Yeah.
you gotta own your own website and post your own stuff on it.
Yeah. Or the
Wow.
business. I mean, there's been about 5 No, no, it's more than that, like 50,000 journalists that got canceled on YouTube because YouTube didn't like what they're saying. Gone. Years and years of work, videos. Same thing is happening on Facebook. I mean, Facebook went down 2 weeks ago, right? You know, Instagram went down. You know, what the heck is happening? So
Yeah.
just,
E-
you know,
Even in the summer, they or a few months ago, my Facebook was gone too. Like I eventually got it back, but again, it was like, this is it. You've got 30 days to download your 15 years of stuff. So I don't even think I want to post on social media at all anymore, other than little bits that I know I could lose instantly. And I make sure everything I post now is on my own website that I own.
Yeah.
Definitely jack up everything.
well,
Yeah.
direct to all your, just do highlights of what you want your Facebook people to see and link them to your website.
That's what I want to do. Like, here's a little clip, or here's a teaser. Hey, go check out my website. I've got a fun video about this. But I'm not going
Yeah.
I'm not going to give everything to Facebook and Instagram anymore. That doesn't benefit me at all.
No, it's, yeah.
How many followers did you have, Josh?
None
About
now.
7,600 on Instagram, which took me 10 years to build as well.
Wow.
But it's not even the followers. I feel like I can get those back quickly if I just ask everybody, hey, everybody on Facebook, come follow me again. Like, I'm not so, it's more the stuff you posted. You can never go back and remember all your captions and you know, the stuff you realize you spent 10 years posting on it and it's gone. It's like, okay, what was the point? You got to own your own stuff for sure.
Yeah. With that said, we're going to move on to our next speaker that's coming up. Thank you so much, Lee. It's
Hi, guys.
good to have you back. And you're always such a wealth of information.
Yeah, thank you, Bettina. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye. And you can stay. Oh, there we go. All right. So our next guest is a returning guest that folks have gotten really inspired by over the last couple of months. I had the pleasure of meeting Master Nigel Henry over the phone in mid-June. I was taken aback by some of what he had to say in the hour and 20-minute or so conversation that we had. I attended his Financial Miracle Challenge at the end of June, I believe it was, or was it the end of May? One of those 2 months. And it turns out that I had some miracles occur for me. And I decided to start inviting Master Nigel Henry to these meetings because my intention is that everyone get to have these financial miracles that occur and in his program. And he also has a wonderful program that you then can follow up on called the Virus Awareness Program, VAMP, as he calls it, the VAMP Academy. So let me introduce Master Nigel Henry. He is typically working directly one-on-one behind the scenes with me, the chief, or the ambitious, highly gifted, extraordinary, out-of-the-box individual who has desires or intentions of being known as the number one, the greatest, the disruptor in my industry or profession, while I make a massive beneficial change in the world. His specific service, which he's highly compensated for, is engaging me, his client, with this proprietary form of thinking methodology that he coined activation conversations. And this typically results in me experiencing sudden, massive explosions in my mastery performance and in my capacity for sourcing and contributing insane amounts of value at ludicrous speeds. Master Nigel's activation conversations cover the full gamut of my world, including my life's calling, global impact, business performance, health, relationships, and personal lifestyle. And in addition to that, he has definitely activated some of my superpowers, or I've been able to activate my superpowers using my voice as my moneymaker. This is, of course, the nature of the topic today. It was mentioned by Debbie earlier. Thank you so much and welcome back to the stage, Master Nigel Henry.
Welcome, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me? All
Yes.
right. It's good to see everyone again. Let me just go in my gallery mode. How do I do that? Oh, yes. Okay. Greetings. I see Debbie, Troy, Anthony, Lori, Teresa, Diane, and Bettina. All right, so in my session is interactive, and the fundamental theme of my session is my voice is my moneymaker. And so it means that in my sessions, I use my voice more than my ears. So I love it when everyone on the call is unmuted, like Troy is unmuted. Oh, he's ready, man. And that means your voice is ready to make some money, all right? So now it does have a little responsibility that comes with being ready to speak, is that it'll be responsible with the background noise that I bring to the others. So just to get us all warmed up and get the money maker working, I'm gonna invite everyone to do the theme to the beat or on cue. So just for those who have never done it before, we're just gonna activate the voice by saying my voice is my money maker, but I'm gonna count you down. 3, 2, 1.
My
Voice
voice
is
my moneymaker.
Moneymaker.
Excellent. One more time.
My
My
voice
Voice
is
my
my
moneymaker.
my
moneymaker.
moneymaker. Excellent. This is beautiful. So I feel good when my audience is talking. And that means that my audience is making money when they're talking. If they're listening to me, it means they're losing money. These are expenses. This is what I found. Ears are expenses, mouth are revenue generator. If I'm in a classroom and I'm sitting there listening and taking notes, that's an expense. I got to pay for that class. But if I'm in the same class and I'm standing giving the presentation, guess what? I'm making all the money. So I highly recommend my fellow angels to be the person in the front of the room. Another trainer told me once, stage time is wealth time. And that's when I get to use my voice. And just to nail the point home some more, from what I can see, there's only one department in any business that actually generates money. Who would like to guess what department that is?
Sales.
I see. Sales. And what do they do in sales?
Sell.
Talk.
Sorry.
Well, they're going to talk. Yes, it is selling. I mean, it is selling, but selling involves talking. I've got to say something before the money will move into the bank account. So that's the fundamental principle that's behind my theme today. And my theme today, which I'm going to share my screen, is called Manifesting Miracles. Miracle. You guys? All right, someone, okay, can mute for now so that I can present. Let's see. So let me put this in presentation mode. Can everyone see this? Manifesting miracles? Yeah, thumbs up. All right, so I'm just going to explain the brief theory of manifesting miracles. And at the end of the day, I'm going to invite people to apply for the Financial Miracle Challenge that's coming up on October, starts on Monday, October 25th. And that's our October session. Every month it gets better because I learned from the previous one. But let me just start by explaining this manifesting financial miracles. Let's see. Okay, so before I get started, does anyone have an idea what manifesting means? I see Anthony Giles. Are you there, Anthony? Can you hear me? No, is Anthony not there? Is no voice? How about Lori? Can you hear me, Lori?
I think Anthony just needs to.
Oh, Anthony.
Yes, sorry, I was just stepping away.
No problem.
Manifestation. I believe
what is
manifestation
manifesting?
is something that you use with your brain, with your hopes, with your ideas to bring to life and to bring what you are wanting.
Now, that's brilliant. We call it the first version, iPhone 1. All right. Now, as you know, we're on iPhone 13. That means from Apple's point of view, iPhone 1 was an error. iPhone 2 was the better era. And it just keeps getting better, right? So next question for Anthony. If you were to explain that to a 4-year-old, in a way that they get it first time, how would you explain it? What's your definition?
For their first time experiencing it, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
what was it?
I'm a 4-year-old child, and I just learned, I'm like, Daddy, what's manifesting? And now you gotta teach it in one first time without taking too long to explain it to the 4-year-old.
Right, right. Well, 4-year-old Nigel, I would say it's gonna take patience. It's gonna take you to really focus.
But what is it? I don't know what it is. Is it like a cat? What is manifesting? Can you define it?
Well, I think so. I'll try to.
Go ahead.
I think it's something that you're really desiring, whether it's that Eggo in the freezer, to building that Lego set out in the living room. You see what you want to build with those Legos, and you can really put that together by just staying focused on that main castle, that main structure that you're really trying to put together. And it starts with visualizing it. It starts with putting that energy.
Can you see this timeout signal?
Yes.
The 4-year-old has a short attention span.
True.
You were, I know your intention is correct. Like, you started showing them how to manifest versus defining what manifesting is. But I think you were right the first time. So I'm going to speed it up by saying manifesting is bringing my heart's desire into reality. Does that make sense, Anthony?
Yes, it does.
I have something in my heart, like I really want a new toy, a new bicycle, and it's in my heart. I've been dreaming about it before I go to bed. And then tomorrow, it's real. There's my real bicycle. So you're bringing it from desire in your heart to reality in 3D. So I drew a little diagram. Can you see this? Intention in my heart, manifested in reality. You see that? The blue is real. And how do I know it's real? Because I can measure it. I can get my ruler out and measure the bicycle. Oh, there it is. It's 2 feet by 3, 36-inch wheels. Oh my God. And it has a dollar figure on it. Daddy, how much was the bike? Oh, son, don't ask. This is about $300. So things are real when they're measurable. And one of the measurements in reality is the money. There's real money associated with the thing. What are your thoughts on that, Anthony or Laurie? Anyone who's got their mic off is who I'm really interested in talking with. Anthony, yes. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that is absolutely right. I mean, that's how you create it, and that's how you create achievement for those goals that you have in life. And
but you have it in your heart. The only thing I'll say, Anthony, I have it in my heart.
Right.
So
I have it in my heart.
So Anthony, specifically for Anthony, what is a desire that you have in your heart that's not yet manifested in reality?
Well, to be financially free, that would be
right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's deal with that. So in your heart, you would like to be financially free in reality. You should, by the way, you should talk to the Angel of Freedom, Troy. That's his business, actually. Do you know Troy, by the way?
I think so. Okay. He's always on here with us. Yeah, Troy, right there.
No. What I'm saying is his life purpose is what you just asked for. Literally, if you ask Troy what he does, look, Angel of Freedom. All right, so that's part of the man, right? It's right here. So, but let me just, the definition is really important so that people understand when I say financial miracle, and then I say challenge, is the third word, I mean a financial miracle or a miracle is an intention that's in my heart, such as being financial freedom, and it's now real. But how do we know it's real for Anthony? Anthony, how do I know that you are financially free? What's the measurement?
I would say
it's a number now. Give me a number.
Well,
okay.
It's
a dollar figure.
But I did change it as you said number. I was thinking it would equal to me not having to worry about making money
But
any
that's not
further
a
to take.
number. That is still
Oh,
not a number.
you want a
I
number.
need
You
it.
want a number.
There is actually a
Okay.
number where you don't have to work anymore. When you have X amount of dollars in your bank account or X amount of cash flow, that will make you financially free.
Right.
But if
Well, I
you
would
say,
like
well, I don't, yeah, go ahead.
it would be a passive income of 88,000 a month.
Thank you. There it is. You see that green thing? You now have, it's real when we can go to your bank account and count how, over the last 12 months, we got $1 million divided by 12 and it's 88,000 or more. You are financially free, my friend. It's real because we can measure it. So this is how we know something is real, because we can measure it. And definitely if we measure money associated with it, we know it's really real. So get real, Nigel, means show me the money. Show me the money. Now, people, in the personal development industry, there's a lot of talk on the left side. Oh, you can manifest anything your heart's desire. I'm like, I'm from engineering. Show me the money. Get real with it, right? So my definition of a miracle is the movement of intention into reality in a short period of time, short time. So let's just say, Anthony, thank you for being a great working model today. I like working models, especially ones that talk.
Well, thank
Anthony,
you, Nigel.
Yeah, let's work with you still, because I think you could work a miracle on this call. So in reality, how much of your reality is real already? Are you at 88,000 a month right now already, or do you have a ways to go? If we were to measure you.
I have a ways to go, indefinitely.
So, well, let's just say, is it like, are you at like 1,000 a month now? Because if that's the case, you got 87,000 more to get. Okay.
So would this include what I share, or?
Yeah, just make up any number. It doesn't have to be real. You just need a number to measure your current reality so that I can do my next experiment.
Well,
so
I would
let's
say
just
a current it would be 7,000 a month right now.
Right now. So in theory, then you have 81,000 a month to go before you're financially free, right?
Correct.
Based
Correct.
on your, yes. Okay. So if you were working with Nigel and we were going to do a miracle, I say, hey man, what miracle do you like? He said, Nigel, man, I want to manifest $87,000. I'm like, well, what time frame, dude? And he would say, as soon as possible. We don't do that because it's not measurable. So we could say a month. In 1 month, I'd like 88,000. That would be a measurable thing. How would you feel like if in 1 month you manifested $88,000, Anthony?
Oh, I would feel achieved, and I'd be happy with that goal, meeting that goal.
Beautiful. Now listen to this, Anthony. Suppose instead of it taking 1 month to get 88,000, because remember that's when you're financially free, it took 1 week. Well, how do you feel then?
Oh, I would, I always like to execute goals, and that would, be an overachiever. And by all means, I'd be happy.
So you'd be just as happy if you did it in a month, as well as if you did it in a week.
If I could do it in a week, I'd be even more impressed with and understanding who I am a little bit more too, and saying, wow, I've been able to persevere and make this happen.
Wait a minute, let's just recap again.
Okay.
Remember, the reason why we're picking $87,000 is because that is your freedom number. When that number hits, you're free, and all you have to do is keep it up every month, and bam, you'll remain free as long as you have passive income of 88,000 a month, right? According to your own standards. Correct. So we go, well, at current speeds, it will probably take a normal person years to get to that, right? Because we're at 7,000. Normal humans take a long time to make a lot of money. So that's why we want a miracle. Do you believe in miracles, Anthony?
I do, but I believe in systems also.
Well, they're related, but a miracle is not related. It can be done with a system or without a system, but a miracle is something moving from intention to reality in a short period of time. And that miracle can repeat through a system. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, the point is that what I'm really saying is a miracle is when the time is very short. Instead of it taking a year, it takes 6 months, or instead of taking 6 months, it takes a month. Instead of taking a month, it takes a week. And what if it takes a day, Anthony? How do you feel about that?
I would invite everybody out to dinner.
You'd be celebrating. And what
I would.
I would. What would you call it if your goal of 87K happened in one day instead of 1 year or however long you talk? What would you call that? Man.
I would just call it a day of giving.
You know what I call it? Miracle.
A miracle, absolutely.
It's a miracle is a massive result in a short period of time. Massive. I had this $88,000 in my heart, and whatever the process was, it manifested in one day. Man, woo, Lord, that is why you're celebrating, because it's a huge thing, for massive things. So can I tell you a story about what happened to me?
Yes, please.
I'm in this business. The thing that I'm talking about is the thing that I do for a living, okay? I work with change angels, and part of what I teach is for them to use their voice to make money happen in a short period of time. And it does require some mind shifting and attitude, and all sorts of personal stuff has to happen for a miracle to manifest consistently. And Nigel himself suffers from the thing that blocks his own miracle. So I was in one of my low periods where there was nothing happening, man. I mean, like I was poor, right? Starving to death. But I still teach this stuff. And by some miracle, I'm walking in the corridor in my shared office, and I see a guy standing up in the hallway talking to someone I knew. And I walked by him, and my intuition said, "That's one of your people, Nigel." I'm like, "What? That's one of your people?" I'm like, "Okay." So I went back to this guy and I said, "Excuse me, are you an extraordinary being? Code, are you a change angel?" And he looked at me like, "This guy's weird. I don't know him." Right? And he didn't say a word. He just looked at me like, "Go away," like a little fly. So I said, "No. Can you whisper in my ear so I can hear your voice, so I can know if you're extraordinary?" And again, he just totally blanked me, right? But I was excited because it's hard to find my clients. Beep. And I found one because my intuition said he was. So I said, "Dude, come to my office round the corner when you're done talking." So I went to my office and sat in the room, and it had a whiteboard. And I sat there expecting him to show up. And lo and behold, he shows up and sits down. And I'm like, "Wow, thank you, God." All right. So then I started talking, literally talking, Anthony. Like I started presenting a talk that I gave called Manifesting Heaven on Earth, which is what angels are here for. The intention of their heart, every angel has heaven in their heart, and they want to bring it to earth in the shortest period of time. So I described this to him in about a 30-minute talk, just straight presentation. He's sitting there just looking at me with his arms folded, but he's there and he's listening. And I'm doing what? Am I doing, Anthony?
Talking.
I am talking. And he is doing what, Anthony? What is he doing? Listening. Okay. And what am I talking about is manifesting heaven on earth. And because of my intuitive knowing about him, my intuition said, this guy is a change angel. And I believed what was in my heart. So I waited and he showed up and I talked to him. And he was just staring like this, like unimpressed, at least outwardly. And then he said to me, how much do you charge? I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? Wow. And, you know, because of my economic condition at the time, I just threw out a big number for Nigel. Well, I'll just tell you, I said $30,000. That's what I charged.
Wow. Nice.
I know. And it was shocking to me because I never said that big number. So I said $30,000. And he just like that. He just, no blink, nothing, Anthony. I'm like, oh. Now I was talking, remember that. Nigel is talking, he's listening. And the only question he asked me, and out of my mouth came $30,000. And he did not blink, strangely enough. So I'm thinking, okay, so, and then he asked me another question, Anthony. He said, do you have any references? Oh, what? I was like, out of my mouth came this, no. And he's like, what? That's when he had a reaction. What? What kind of BS is this that you're here telling me your theory about manifesting heaven and you want $30,000 and you have no references? I was like, no. It's like, the guy was perplexed. It's like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? I was like, no, I don't have any references. I don't walk around with them. I do have a lot of failures, by the way. I have thousands of failures, which brings me to another thing that happens during manifestation. Error. The definition of error is when there's a gap between what I intended and what really happened. I intend to have 88,000 in one day, and what I got was 5,000. That's an error, man. And error is what I use to work miracles, Anthony. So I said, man, I have a lot of failures. Failures is code for errors, or error is code for failure. That's the correct name. We don't use failure, Anthony. We have errors. So do we have errors, Anthony? What's an error?
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry. No, we don't.
Error.
Sorry, I don't.
No. Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
So I meant to ask you, do we have failures, Anthony?
Oh, well, I mean, in my eyes, I've called myself and said, yes, I've had plenty of failures.
Stop
but
right there.
Yep.
I'd like you to change the word failure to error. Error. There are, as long as I'm on earth, there's error. Now, because people call it failure, it has so much emotional baggage that goes with that word. Whereas error is in everything on earth. And the thing about error, you can make it smaller. Error contains lessons. Error is an engineering term. So I expect errors. And my job is to make my error smaller and smaller, which I can do through practice. So whenever I'm manifesting, like Apple intended to manifest the best phone in the world, and the iPhone 1 was an error. It had errors in it. And you know what they call those errors? Bugs. And
exactly.
So what they do, they go, yeah, it's called bugs. And so the phone crashes. And if you notice, anytime your Mac or your phone or your iPod crashes, it says, would you like us to send this information to Apple? And Apple's like, thank you. We've got some error to work with. And what they do, they undo the error and find the bug and fix it and give you another version. We attempt the manifestation again. And it's called iPhone 2 and 3 and 4, 13, all right? iPhone 13 is iPhone 12 with the errors fixed. Errors are always present, okay? So in manifesting intention to reality, we want the time to be short, and we are okay with errors, okay? And the errors contain the lessons. No error, no lesson, no improvement. All right, so anyway, this guy, he's like, what? No references. He starts talking now for the first time. So I said to him, why do you want the references? And he's looking at me like, are you a business person? I said, don't tell me you would like references because you're concerned that if you give me the $30,000, I'm going to run off with it. And he's like, absolutely. Now he's really animated. Absolutely. I'm like, okay, I knew that's what you were wanting the reference for. And I said to him, but it's not going to help you. And he's like, what? I said, don't, let me ask you. You have been burnt before, haven't you? And he's like, uh-huh. And you took up references before, didn't you? Yep. And you still got burnt, didn't you? Yeah. So what makes you, right? I said, what makes you think it's going to be any difference this time? Why do you think, this is the definition of insanity, right? You keep repeating the same mistake over and over. There's an error there, buddy. Your references didn't save you, and you think that me giving you references is going to save you. So I'm not going to give you any references. And I'm also going to tell you why you got burnt. And it's like, okay, why did I get burnt? I said, you got burnt because you overrode your intuition. Man, that was the first time I saw someone get hit and go off into space like that. Have you ever seen someone get knocked out and they just... It's like I struck a nerve.
Mm-hmm.
I said, your intuition told you yes or no, and you overrode your intuition in favor of data. Data doesn't necessarily guide you. Your intuition is what's in your heart, and it knows the truth. And it's like, and then he came back. I could see him come out of his trance like I did something to him. And I said, listen, man, hey, we're not going to do any business today. What I'd like you to do is go home and write down 21 reasons or concerns why, let me see if I can get this. My animation went ahead of me. There you go. Bam. Okay. Well,
It didn't change for us, Nigel.
Oh, great. Well, can you see what's there? You see this mindset error? So he's having concerns in his mind about this manifesting thing that Nigel's selling for $30,000, okay? So I said, dude, you're having concerns. So Anthony, anytime I am intending to manifest something from my heart into reality, in my mind, I'll start having concerns. So here's a question for Anthony. Regarding your $87,000 that you'd like to manifest in a month, do you have any concerns about pulling that off?
Yeah, I do. And
give me one or two.
Well, one thing is I don't want to damage my health doing it. As far as
there you go.
over
stress.
That's a
great concern. That's exactly right. I don't want to do, like I think early on Lee mentioned something beautiful. She's like, listen, no work, dude. I want you to make money without doing any work. So I don't want to have to burn myself out to manifest $87,000 in a short period of time. I don't want to have to put effort into this. What else? Give me another concern. We'll just do
right. Primarily that. I mean, that's my biggest concern is I want to make sure I stay healthy. I don't want it to affect anybody negatively. That's for sure.
Yes, that's number two. Excellent. Yep. So I'd like to be healthy when I'm manifesting, and I'd like it to benefit others while I'm manifesting, right?
Absolutely. That would be the tremendous goal right there. I want to see people happy from it because I would love to be able to express this knowledge and experience to others as well. Because if I can do it, they can do it type of mentality.
Yes, absolutely. If I can work a miracle, they can work a miracle. You want to teach, I can tell that, right? So you don't want to be, I don't want to just make a lot of money and be selfish, Nigel. That's what I'm concerned about. Am I going to get corrupted when I do this? So all sorts of manner of concerns pop into the mind as soon as people commit to making a miracle. So I said to this guy, okay, listen, dude, I can see you're concerned. So what I'm going to do is give you homework. I would like you to go home and write down 21 reasons why you should not work with Nigel. 21 reasons. And he's like, what? Dude, you have concerns. They call, is this guy a scam? Is this BS? Is this woo-woo? Is this going to work? Am I going to have to burn myself out? What kind of nonsense is this? Massive manifestation, short period of time. Who is this guy anyway? He doesn't have any references. I don't trust him. I have concerns. I said, dude, I'd like you to generate 21 of those concerns and write them on a piece of paper and bring them to a call tomorrow morning. And then when you come to this call, I would like you to read all those concerns to me. And then I'm going to ask you one question, and that will determine if I, Nigel, get to choose to work with you. He's like, what? Yes, homework, 21 reasons why you should not work with me. And I'm going to listen, and then I'm going to ask you one question, and your answer to that question will determine whether Nigel works with you. He's like, I can do that. So lo and behold, we schedule a call the next day. This time we're not in person. I'm on the phone. He's at home somewhere. And we're on the phone. I was like, dude, do you have your 21 concerns? He's like, yeah. And he read them all off. And it took about 10 minutes to get through them. I didn't really care about them, but I wanted him to express them because it's part of the manifesting process, Anthony.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you see that? This line is manifesting, and it takes, the time can be short, but the shorter the time is, the greater the concerns, interestingly enough. And so I want a lot of concerns. So I made him do homework so I could get the manifestation faster. You see what I'm saying? I know. It's tricky. Now, this all comes on the mindsets, which we talk about, and I've talked about that in previous presentations, and I will put a link in the chat if anyone wants to look at the different mindsets. But for manifesting, we really deal with this thing. This is what I'm really working with. The concerns support manifestation. So the next day, the guy comes on the call, and this is a quick call now. It's about 15-minute long call. First 10 minutes is him going through his list. And then the next 5 minutes, I say, dude, are you done? He's like, yeah. I said, hey, I'm going to ask you one question that's going to determine whether I work with you or not. And he said, okay. And so here's the question I asked him, Anthony. Just pretend it's you. This is what I said to him. Anthony, is your intuition saying yes or no? Guess what he said, Anthony?
He said no.
His intuition said yes. His mindset had concerns, but his intuition said yes. And this is what I said next. Would you like to pay by credit card or wire transfer? And he said, wire transfer. And then he said, can I have a discount because I'm paying by wire transfer? I said, how much discount do you want? He goes, $3,000. I said, okay. And then while I'm talking to him, in 5 minutes or less, I heard ping on my Chase account. And guess what, Anthony? $27,000 jumped into my account in 5 minutes. Did you hear that, Anthony? 27,000 moved from that was a desire I had into my reality, real time, while I was on the phone, using my Moneymaker, bam, 27K. That was it. That's the manifesting process. That 27K paid a lot of bills, I assure you. Go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, and that's fantastic.
Yes.
How much labor did you have to put into that $27,000 though, as far as your time or your energy?
I'll tell you, if we count all of it, there was an hour of presentation on day one and 30 minutes of talking to close him. So how much is that? Well, 90 minutes. That's
90 minutes.
Voice is the moneymaker. Any other questions? I didn't do any work. I didn't send him anything. I didn't send no homework, no paperwork, the only thing. He actually made the list on his paper. Nothing, man, Just voice. Great word. I love that word. Wow. That's what happens when people work miracles. They say, wow. We want more wows in your life. This is what the Financial Miracle Challenge is about. Experiencing the wow, where you have an intention, which is financial, and it's measurable and it manifests in your account in real time in a short period of time. So the first thing is you got to have is a voice. Your voice has to be working, not sitting there taking notes in the classroom. So I don't do note taking. I make my clients talk like I'm making you talk, Anthony. And then I make an offer. Did you see that? When I said 30,000, this offer that I'm offering has so much value in the client's mind that when I say 35,000 or 30,000, he made up the value in his mind of what it should be. So in the Financial Miracle Challenge, I don't tell the people how much they're going to make. They tell me how much they're going to make. And then I say, well, set a real time. In fact, the time that we use in the Financial Miracle, this time thing is 5 days. And miracles do not care whether it's 5 million, 500, 5,000. It's the same time, okay? And the only thing that changes is the way your mind is functioning, the way that you think, and what comes out of your mouth. Okay, I'm going to pause there for not effect, but just for feedback. Is Debbie still with us? Who's with us?
I think
Okay.
Debbie's listening, but she's not able to participate, I don't believe.
Okay. Bettina, then, any thoughts on what
I'm
you're
actually
hearing?
here. Sorry, guys. I was
Oh,
trying to unmute myself.
oh, Angel Debbie, any
Yeah.
thoughts? Because your thoughts are always contributing. Go ahead. Any thoughts or questions?
You know, I think it's interesting how you spoke about this last week. And if you listen to the questions, what are the questions? How? How did you do that, Master Nigel? What did you have to do for that 27,000? And it reminds me of what you said last week. And I think it might be a neat thing to remind everybody. It's not the how, it's the who, right?
Exactly. So this is what I meant by this mindset. So I could switch over to that right now because this is the secret ingredient. I changed the mindset that people are operating from so that this thing can happen quicker. Mindset determines speed. So let me see. I think it's worth sharing that diagram. Thank you, Debbie, for that. Let's see, share. Where's my share screen? Share. 1 second, my peeps. Let's go here. And how do I get it to show up? Okay, try again.
Nigel,
yes,
you have to actually go to it first. Oh, there it's coming. There you go.
It's all right. So prior to, in the previous screen, I showed one element of the methodology, mindset. Two things, we use voice and mindset. The mindset determines the way that the voice works. So back to your question, Debbie. There's a rule that the gap between intention and reality is the speed of manifestation is determined by the question that I ask. So if I ask the how question, which comes from this mindset, it will take a long time, Anthony. In fact, let me use Anthony because Anthony is innocent. And when people are innocent, they just think the way they think normally. And what I do is I disrupt normal thinking. It's very upsetting, by the way, Anthony. So I might upset you, okay?
That's okay.
People get upset, man, when you just disturb their normal world. So, Anthony, let's put you on a test condition. Man, in fact, I'm going to put you on a hypothetical stressful situation where a family member is in critical condition,
Mm.
and they need $87,000 by the end of day to save that family member's life. And they're relying on Anthony. Anthony's the only one that can manifest this thing. Anthony, any questions?
Whew, it'd be a lot of pressure.
Yeah, questions. Well,
Oh, questions.
yeah,
Oh,
yes. Pressure. We
many
feel the
questions.
pressure. This
Many questions.
first,
Yes.
the first one.
First one is how am I going to do this legally?
Beautiful. Now let's just check in with Debbie here. Debbie, did you hear that? The guy's under pressure, right? And his mind does what it's gonna do. Okay, how am I gonna do? Next question.
Me?
Anthony, you're under pressure, man. Your family
yeah.
member's life is hanging in the balance. You know that a miracle is possible, and you believe in yourself. It's like, this is real. And
Right.
and your mind starts asking questions. Well, first of all, do you have any concerns? Any concerns
Right.
popping up?
Oh yeah, plenty. I don't want to lose my family member. I want to make sure they're secured and safe. How
Yep.
much credit do I have? You know, that's what I'd be thinking.
Yes.
Where can I pull
good.
this from? Who can I go ask as well? And then how am I going to return this type of money? Those would be some thoughts. And then right
Excellent.
away, you know, what can I sell? What can I sell?
Beautiful.
How can I promote?
So excellent. Anthony, oh, you're such a blessing, man. Are you a blessing? Did you know you're a blessing?
Oh, thank you so much.
I only hang out with angels. So the blessing is Anthony gave us all three questions that's on this pyramid. And the thing about Anthony, he's not aware of there's only one question on there that would get you everything in less than 5 minutes. But all the others would stress you out, everything else that you say. So let's see if his intuition's working. One of those questions that you listed, Anthony, would get you everything in record time. Which question do you think it would have been? You listed a lot.
I did. I went rambling for a second.
No, you were thinking. That's what you were doing. You were thinking under pressure, and things comes out when people are under pressure. So in the Financial Miracle Challenge, I put the clients under pressure to see what their mind does under pressure, and then we adjust it like I'm about to do to Anthony. So yeah, so using your intuition now, which is the thing that will always get you out of trouble, which question do you think would save you? If you had written them down like I gave it to my client, I gave him the homework, so he would see all of his thoughts on paper, 21 of them, and then I would say, pick one. Can you just give me the wrong one, then, Anthony? Are you still there?
Yeah. No, I would think of who can I ask to help? What can I sell?
There you go. You're home. Well, you gave me two. Which one is it?
Oh, well,
two.
Yeah. Who would I go to? I would say, that's the one I would go with.
Anthony, your intuition is working.
Uh-huh.
It turns out whenever I ask a who question, the mind flips up to this flourishing mode and produces results in exponential mode. When I ask what question, it takes longer because I got to do some work here. I could go and sell something, but if I say who could I ask, which has happened to me. I had another financial miracle last week. I wanted to get on this course and I put out a who question, and within 5 minutes, someone put $25,000 in my account, Anthony. Did you hear that?
Right. Yes.
Because of the who question. So this is what first of all, when people are conditioned pressure, they go, how am I going to do this? How can I do this legally? Do you hear the how questions? This is what it does to the mind. You did a lot of those, a lot more hows than you did. And then you did, what can I sell? And then out of your mouth slipped out this beautiful question, who could I ask? And the who question will get you the money in miraculous time.
Exactly. Okay.
Everything else is a waste of time and energy and stress. All of this is pure stress. So in the
Right.
financial miracle challenge, we condition the client to think in who mode for everything. Who am I? Who else? Who else? Who might know who that is? Who be you? Who has the money? Who is the best prospect? It's a who thing. And in the who thing, the mind goes into this wow mode and angels show up. Angels love working miracles. One of the best questions you can ask, who's the angel of freedom? Did you know that guy was on the call, the very thing that you spoke about as your desired financial freedom? That was Troy. So here's a distinction that we use in the FMC. For every intention or concern, there's an angel for that. Just repeat that, Anthony.
Could you say that again?
For every intention or concern, there's an angel for that.
For every intention and concern, there's an angel for that.
Or concern. Yeah. So do you have any concerns in your life?
I do. Yes.
Pick one. Pick any one you like. This maybe the financial one. Or anyone.
My concern has been to juggle all the things that I've taken on. And did I take on too much? That has been something I've thought about in the last 2 months.
So it sounds like your concern is about stressing yourself out. Right?
A little bit. It's just energy, and I don't want to. I want to make it to everything. All the events, all the different committees.
Yep, you want to be everywhere and have more time freedom.
Exactly. Yeah.
So the question is, who is the angel of time freedom? When you ask the divine God for that angel, that person is the who that shows up in your life. Anthony, man, I could help you with that. And all of a sudden your problem is solved overnight because the right who shows up in your life. This is why, you see that? So we're conditioning you not to think, what can I do to save more time? How can I save more time? No, strictly a who thing. So this is one of the principles that allows us to manifest financial miracles in the FMC. And the thing that is changing for the October FMC, it's angels only. I found that when you have angels only, then the resource tends to be in the room. You don't have to go outside of the session to find the who, because the angels are the who. So, Anthony, are you an angel?
Yes.
Well, do you know who you are? Meaning the problem that you solve for the world.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I am the angel of what?
The angel of, I would like to say opportunity.
Fair enough. Do you think anyone else needs that?
I do, yes.
So you remember in the manifesting, I said there's another thing. There's mindset, voice, and offer. The angel is always offering something with their voice. So if you were in the Financial Miracle Challenge, what would you be offering in exchange for money? What would you be offering?
Well, my time and energy and experience.
This is what I would recommend. Opportunities. Offer opportunities.
Right. Yep, definitely.
In exchange for money. People will pay big time for opportunities. You know who pays big time for opportunities? Investors. They love that.
Right.
Dude,
right. Or people seeking to solve their own problems, like motivational speakers.
As long as they value high ticket items, you can get your $87,000 in less than 5 days, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the end of my presentation. Let me summarize it. Let me see if my slide is still up. Oh, can you see that?
Yes, experience, mindset, the striving, surviving, and dying.
Oh,
That's where I'm at,
thanks.
flourishing. And now we're back
Okay.
live with you.
All right. So in summary, manifesting is the movement of the intention of my heart into reality. And how I know something is in reality is that I can measure it and I can count it. I can use dollars, or usually dollars will tell me that it's real. And the speed at which I manifest from intention to reality is governed by the question that I ask, which changes my mindset. And so that's the principle we use, but the voice is always working. And when it's working, we make an offer to the world, and the world takes that offer and gives money back. And depending on how I speak about the offer will determine the speed at which the money comes back. So that's what we do in the Financial Miracle Challenge. And I put a link to apply. We want people to apply because we want to filter out who gets in there. So that only the high manifesting who people get into the challenge. With that, that's it. Tina, back to you. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Nigel.
Thank you, Anthony,
Thank
for
you
being.
both and others for being a part of today's We Empower You. This presentation, Your Voice is Your Moneymaker by Master Nigel Henry. And thank you, Anthony, for being such a great participant in today's experience, because you are now aware that your manifestation ability has everything to do with your being able to use your voice as your moneymaker. My voice is my moneymaker. I'm the founder and CEO of We Empower You and this community, and we would love for you to join us at our next presentation. We meet on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to weempoweryourlife.com, click on the calendar tab to join us for this weekly meeting. Thank you so much, Master Nigel Henry. It's been great to have you back again. Bye for now. You're muted.
Take care.
Bye for now.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.